January 23, campus closure. So I decided to take this opportunity to to create a short presentation of what we would have done today in class, hopefully to help you catch up. The topic was Google Sites and how to start creating your website. Head on to your Nipissing University email. I'll go to mine and I'll go to the Google Apps, and I'll move quickly because I believe you can stop at any time and replay later. So click on Sites, and then when you get to Sites, head to the left side and hit the Create button. Select Classic, no, not the Classic, but New Sites. And by the way, if you can't find that, make sure you are on Chrome. If you make your way to Chrome, you should be able to find what you're working on. This will be important. This is where you enter the name of the site. Right now, I'll just do karaoke M, and later on I'll say something about it. So put something, maybe your last name or something. And here you want to title your page, so I'll call it karaoke's website. And I want you to go to change image. So if you wanted to have an image at the background in this banner, this is where you would go. And if you wanted it to be a personal image, you would upload it. But if you go to select image, it gives you an opportunity to select from a wide variety of locations. It could be in Google Drive, your albums. You could search for it. You might know a URL. And right now we're on the gallery. So I will just grab one, select the one that you like, and hit select. And as you can see, it's going to be added in the background to the banner. So the idea here is we want to create the banner, and when we like it, before we create other pages, because when we create other pages, they'll have the same banner, which is not a bad thing. It's what you actually want. The header type, you can change. If I went in here, I can make it title only, then it will look something like that. I can make it a large banner or a medium-sized banner, so make your selection there. And then you are ready to start adding things or creating the site. One of the things you could add initially is a text box, and as soon as you add it, it will be added below the banner, and the next thing you add will be added below this text box. So as you type, the box expands. Notice on the side of this panel is an opportunity to make changes. So if I wanted this to select this background and make it different, I could go in here and notice what happens. I could also duplicate the section if I wanted to, and this is where I could also delete it. I want you now to go to themes, which is at the far right corner of the right panel. Go to themes, and this is where you are able to, you will notice that there are a few, some selections. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that. Some selections that you can have. So for example, if I select level, it will change that to yellow, and the background there will be changed. If I went to simple, I think that's what I started off with. So you can play with these and see what happens to your banner. And whichever you like, you can also change the font style. Whichever you like, you stay with it, and you can always come back and change it later. I'll try the impression, and you notice my box becomes red. Okay, so once you like this page, one of the things, so you can keep adding things here. You can add a graphic, and to add graphics, you go to insert, and you can either upload the images or bring them in just by clicking this icon right here. So the menu is very simple. You're either inserting something, or you're creating a page, or you're changing a theme. We have already worked with themes. So let us now try to do something with the pages. We have already created this page and we like it. But before we do that, I want to mention that once you create any page, you would probably want to preview it so that you can see how it will look like when it's online. So if you go to this preview button, you click on it, and a few changes will happen. And now this is how my website would look like if once I publish it eventually. Notice that there are three options here. This is how it would look as a large screen as it is. This is how it would look if somebody was viewing it on an iPad or tablet, and this is how it would look if somebody was viewing it on a phone. This idea that a website adapts to whatever screen it is being viewed on is called responsive. So for example, this is a responsive website because when you view it on a cell phone, it shows you everything, and it changes depending on the screen you're using. So notice that. To get out of that, so that you can continue to design, then you click on the X. So let me do that. I should probably have gone back to the bigger, I think I should have gone back to the bigger screen and then hit X. Yeah, okay. And then the other thing I want you to note is that when I hit on day 12, when you're ready to publish your website or to send me the URL, you will come here. Let me mention it now, just in case I forget later. You will come here to publish, and when you hit publish, you will notice that this is going to be your URL. You don't have a choice about all this, but you do have a choice about this last part here, and that's the one that I told you here. Whatever you select will be part of your URL. So hopefully when you hit publish, it will be accepted, but sometimes when you hit publish, somebody else has already selected that name, so they'll prompt you to select another one. So remember that. So when you send me the URL, don't send it from here, but go ahead and finish publishing, and then you copy it from the top menu here, so that you have already checked it and you know it works and you know it's good. Also, when you're on this site, before you send me your URL, remember to check that anyone on the web can see it. If not, then somebody would have to log in or belong to Nipissing University to be able to see your site, which is not what we want. But right now, we don't want to publish because everything is saved automatically in your Google Drive. So I'll hit cancel. I just wanted to show you that information. So let's go on now. We have your first page. Now we want to, and we like it, presumably. Now we want to add some other pages. So you go to pages and notice that your home page, this is your home page, is the only one that you don't have to name. But if you want to create additional pages, which of course you want to, then you head to this plus sign at the bottom and you click on it, and you're given an opportunity to name your new page. So I'm going to call this About Me, and I'll hit done. And you will notice that as soon as I do that, then the new page is added. So go ahead and create two more pages. One of them will be about this site, and you hit done. I will also create another one the same way, and I'll call it Artifacts, and I'll do done. And then at this point, what I need to do is I would like to create some sub pages. So that they can, instead of the whole menu lining up like over here, I would like some pages to be under the artifacts. So if you go here at the corner, you will see three dots, and if you click on them, it gives you an opportunity to make a whole bunch of changes. So that's where you would remove a page if you didn't like it. You can rename it, but right now I want us to create a sub page. You click on that, and again, you're given an opportunity to name it. I'll name it Multimedia. That's one of the pages you will need. I'll also create another sub page and call it Quiz. I want to show you how you can create your quiz that you will need in your individual assignment. So now I have some pages, and you can see how they are organized here on the menu. You can also see that the ones that I have made sub pages are organized under the page that I made them a sub page of. So I want us to go to the multimedia page, and this is where you will be putting your YouTube video. So I want to show you how to put your YouTube video when you're done with it. I will head out to a YouTube video, I will for now pretend that this is the YouTube video that I have created for my website. So I'll click on it. Here is my favorite cards YouTube video, and I'll click on share, and I'll be given a link which I can copy. It's already highlighted. I just hit copy, and then I head back to my website, and I come to insert, and I go to Google, under Google Embeds, I'll go to YouTube, I'll put that link over there, I'll search for it, and I'll click this, it's been found, and then I'll select, and right away the video is inserted here. So that's how you will insert your video. Notice that we have done embed instead of linking. Linking takes you to YouTube, and embed allows you to view the YouTube from your site. The other thing that I want to mention is how to create a quiz. So to create a quiz, you need to go back to your email and go back to the Google Apps and go and look for forms. And when you locate forms, there'll be a whole bunch. You probably wouldn't be showing as many as mine, but you certainly have this menu up here. And let's just try the blank quiz because it's already designed as a quiz. So some things we want to do when you get that blank quiz is, this is where you want to name the quiz. Once you name it, you can give some description, and then you start creating the question. So if you click here, it will give you an opportunity to create your first question. And my first question will be, what is ... I'll complete the question. I want it to be a multiple choice, but notice this is where you can also make it so it's a short answer, a paragraph, a linear, all these things. But mine right now will be a multiple choice, so I will select the options. Maybe the first option will be rivers, maybe the other option will be mountains, maybe the other one will be dry land, and maybe the other one will be water. I'm just doing random things here to show you how you create the multiple choice. You want to remember to go to the answer key so that you can determine how many points you want that question to be worth. And also, while you're here, that's where you select the correct answer, don't forget. So for example, in my case, I want the correct answer to be mountains. And then you go back to edit question. Remember to make the question required, or else then students might skip it. And you continue doing that until you have all the questions that you need. You just come back here to the plus sign and add another question, and you keep going until you have your quiz. What you want to do is to make some changes here. For example, they all don't have to be purple, so you can make yours a different color. And you can also preview it. I won't go there right now. But if you go to settings, you want to spend some time here. For example, if you go to quizzes, first of all, the general settings, you don't want to restrict it to Nipissing University users, so you want to select that. You don't want to collect emails. Under presentations, you don't want that. You probably want to shuffle the questions order so that the students are not copying off each other if they're sitting together. You may also want to write a message that you want them to see at the end of the quiz, and you can save that. But you can also, I didn't finish, if you go to quizzes, remember to make this a quiz so that the points can be awarded. You can select what you want. Do you want them to see the grade immediately? I would probably want them to see it after we review. I don't want them to see the missed questions. You may want them to. I definitely don't want them to see the correct answers. You may want them to see the point value, and then you save. And now you're good with your test with your quiz because you have added all the questions. And the beauty is that it is saved automatically for you in your Google Drive, so you don't have to look for it. So now I'll head back to my website and I will go to the quiz page, and I can find it right here. and I will now go to forms, and I will be able to see the quiz that I've just created right here. It says blank quiz, so while you're there, remember to change it so it's not, while you're in the design place, remember to change it so it's not blank. At the top left corner, you see where to change it, but I'll select it and I will insert it. And now my quiz has been brought to my website. And if I wanted to remove it, I could. If I wanted to open in a new tab, I could do that. But right now, I feel pretty good about it. If I wanted to preview it, I could. If I wanted to try it out, I could, so that if there's a problem, I can go back and fix it. And I'm basically ready with that. So we have our menu here. If you wanted to change the location of your menu, you come to this, hover around the left side of your banner, and you will see this wheel. And if you click on it, it allows you to change from either a side top navigation, that's what we have, or a side navigation. If I go to a side navigation, it seems to disappear, but if you click on these three bars, you will see it on the side. So if you happen to like that, then that's what you would do. But you can also go back to top navigation. It's all about options. So we have the menu, we have the page with the sub pages, we have our quiz, we have the multimedia. The only thing I need to show you now is how to create a link. So let's say I'm on my home page and I want to make a link to the one of my pages, maybe the About Me page. For some reason, I'm talking about it and I want to link to it, so which is a good practice. So I will highlight that and I will go to this link icon. Every time you see this link icon, it's inviting you to insert a link. You click and you will see About Me. You select it, you apply, and now you have a link. If you hover over it, you would see that there's a link. If this wasn't red, you would see that it's actually highlighted red, and if you click on it, it will take you to the About Me page. If you wanted to make a link to Nipissing University, for example, or to an external site, I've added a text box, and I'm going to type Nipissing. And I want to link to Nipissing University. So the best thing to do is to go to the site that you're trying to link to. So I'll go to Nipissing University and I'll copy the URL. So I'll hit Control-C to copy, and then I'll head back to my website. I will come back to the phrase that I want to link. I'll highlight it. I'll go to this link icon again and I'll click on it. And this time I will